Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. With Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Taking a look at some numbers here for Nikola Jokic.
And unfortunately, his defense has not been as impactful lately as it was earlier in the season, with his steal numbers on the decline over the past 5 games. Expect to see him redouble his efforts tonight and try to get back to picking pockets.
A look at the starting group here for Denver. Gordon and Jokic, the inside combo. In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. And it's Watson in at the 3, the small forward. And for Indiana, on the wings, Nesmith and Mathurin. Topping out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Nembhard in at the 1. When it comes to the these two teams, Grant, you have to expect they'll be relying on their front courts to get it done here.
Yeah, I think that's right, B.A. It should be an old-fashioned battle amongst the bigs. And whoever gets the edge in that matchup, I think gets the W. But we'll see.
Now here's Siakam. Back to Nesmith. Just 5 to shoot. Siakam outside. Indiana needs to get a shot off. The shot by Nembhard, no good. And here are the Nuggets. Outside Murray. Jokic the screen. The 3. Murray, no good. Outside Nesmith. Here's Toppin. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
So quick off the floor, Obi Toppin.
Jokic the screen. Murray for 3. On the wing, Murray. Six on the shot clock. Sinks it from distance.
Boy, the defense has to respect Murray's range. I mean, there's a reason he's a volume three-point shooter.
And when you have a multiple MVP like Nikola Jokic, there's pressure to put him in position to win it all, Clark.
Certainly agree with you there, B.A. Widely regarded as the best player on the planet, Jokic has the capacity to will them to victory single-handedly, but ideally, he shouldn't have to. He needs some additional reinforcement to complement his greatness. That high release of the Joker, if you're defending him, you better stay home.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Rick Carlisle. He told me there's no real way to stop Nikola Jokic. He can score on anyone, and when you try to double him, he dissects you with his passing, which is arguably his most dangerous trait. Coach continued, you can pick your poison with Joker, but either way, you are getting poisoned. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's Murray. After the basket by Indiana on the other end for 3. Gordon. Siakam pulls down the board.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Outside Mathurin. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Jokic against Siakam. Murray from outside. That one doesn't drop.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
Puts up a 3. That's good from Siakam on the assist by Mathurin.
Stretching his range, Pascal Siakam. Long distance score there.
Pass to Watson. To the wing on the left. Jokic in the post. Nesmith covering.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
Siakam, no good. Nuggets trail by 3. Looking back at the start of his career, Siakam only took a year or 2 to make his mark.
And, you know, B.A., he's just the kind of guy we love watching play. I mean, you know what you're going to get from him every night. Tremendous effort and the ability to impact the game with both ends. He's consistent, reliable, steady, and he can be explosive at the offensive end.
And Indiana with some changes. Walker comes in for Nesmith, and it's Shepard in for Nembhard.
You know, you look at the evolution of Murray, and it's looks exciting to watch, quite honestly. He's a combo guard. He's got great range and scoring ability, but I like the way he's developing as a playmaker, too.
Now here's Matherin. In his last outing, he had 11 points. Great D that time from Brown.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
Here's Shepard. And here's Toppin from the arc. And he can't get that one. Good work defensively by Gordon. No question, this offense has some firepower.
And they're looking very confident in all that they're doing right now.
Now here's Jokic. Consistent production from him, averaging just over 26 a game. They kick it out to Murray. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic. Murray's got 8.
Look at how instant Murray's shooting can be. Gets the pass, plants the feet, and drills it.
Siakam, right side. No good. Had a chance to win the run there. Jamal Murray. He's been the guy making things happen for Denver. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be back in a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And from what you've seen from the Nuggets, what's your take so far?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, and you know, when the team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Jarris Walker out there with Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. Then it's Monte Morris. Then it's Shepard. And it's Huff in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 for the Pacers. Here's Shepard. No made baskets yet. Count that one.
Wow, he doesn't make those kind of plays too often. Sweet move inside.
Here's Murray. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Grant, he's built for the big moments. Jamal Murray ready and willing when the pressure is on.
Yeah, B.A., his playoff performances speak for themselves. Clutch scoring, playmaking, and of course, that killer mentality.
And when healthy, Murray is a force to be reckoned with, because he can go get baskets against tough defense, and he can also make plays for others.
Here's Robinson-Earl. Takes the 3. Watson with the rebound.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
Catching up on the changes for Indiana. Pascal Siakam, he's checked in for Robinson-Earl. Neesmith comes in for Shepard. And Andrew Nembhard subbed in for Morris. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense, given the situation.
And the Nuggets going with a whole new group out there. Nembhard, right side. That one drops for him. Nembhard's got 7.
Even with that defense draped all over him, Nembhard showing excellent touch around the rim to get the finish.
Pass to Pickett. Valanciunas sets a screen. Driving in. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Nuggets have gotten used to success. Nikola Jokic said, quote, winning is a lifestyle for us. It's really good when you're winning. Everybody's happy. Everybody wants to play. Everybody is buying into the system. I was here when we were losing, so I do not want to go back to that. Back to you, Brian.
They're good with him in the lineup. All right, Allie, thank you. Toppin, he's checked in for Indiana. Valanciunas with a screen on Nembhard. Pickett passes to Valanciunas. Indiana with a rebound. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
They definitely came into that one hoping to be competitive. Unfortunately, they were anything but.
It wasn't pretty. That's definitely the case. I mean, I know they'd like to scrub that game from their memories and actually erase it from the hard drive.
You know, Clark, despite winning 3 championships prior to the NBA days, the Pacers are still looking for their first NBA title.
Yeah, they've been close a couple of times in the history of the NBA, 2000 and 2025. They've had some really great teams over the years in the 90s and 2010s, and they came close last year, and I think they'll continue to knock and one day kick that door in.
Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Walker.
And one move ahead of the defense, a solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Toppin, so much fun to watch. Put that on the highlight reel.
Pass to Johnson. The 3 is up. The rebound by Nembhard. Pacers trail by 3. Here's Nesmith. Valanciunas with a rebound. Denver has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. The kick out to Johnson. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
That's a heads-up play right there. Reads the floor, distributes accordingly.
Outside Nesmith. Outside Mathurin. There's 45 seconds left in the half. Siakam, no good. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. You know, last game they matched up with the Mavs. A tough loss there.
They just weren't careful with the rock. The passing was loose. The ball handling was lackluster. That's not how you win in this league.
Well, you know, you got to take care of the basketball. Hopefully, they learn from that game and are better going forward.
And David Adelman wants a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. 34 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Jokic with a screen on Nembhard. Murray finds Jokic. Clock at 6. Jokic is doubled. Here's Gordon. He can't hit that time. Siakam with the defensive effort. Down low. Ooh, Pascal Siakam flying high.
Punishing the defense with that rim rattler. Siakam getting spicy out there.
Jokic, no good. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Nuggets ahead, leading by 3. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Welcome to our halftime show. Some excellent basketball so far with Denver in a close game.
Their work on the glass has been superb tonight. Chasing down every miss there, Ernie. That's their mindset.
Yeah, you can tell it was a focal point of their game plan coming in, and they've made good on that. And now let's turn our attention to the player of the month in each conference. For the Eastern Conference, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No surprise to see Giannis take home the award. It's almost a surprise when he doesn't win it. Very impressive. Lately, he's been at his very best, which for him is as good as it possibly gets.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. One guy who's been getting it done is Jamal Murray.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
On the court for Denver. In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. Gordon and Jokic, the inside combo. And it's Watson in at the small forward position. Pacers trail by 5. Siakam outside, and Peyton Watson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Nembhard with it. He's picked up by Brown. 6 to shoot. Brown against Nembhard. Shoots over Brown.
Come on.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gordon. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at the Rockets, they pulled themselves up to the second place spot.
Well, I think for Denver, their fan base is concerned. We're seeing it all over social media. They expect more from this team, but right now, this team doesn't seem to have more to give.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Can't complete the lob.
Boy, that is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers that thing home.
Clark, talk about guys who have springs for feet. Aaron Gordon's one of them.
Yeah, when people think of Aaron Gordon, I think they attach him to the dunk contest. I mean, he's so uber athletic. I mean, he put on a few amazing performances in that event in the past. But to the surprise of many, he actually didn't win the dunk contest, but he's become a really good all-around player.
Now here's Jokic. He's got 6. Out to Gordon. Denver moving it around. Shot clock at 5. Murray, no good. Pacers trail by 5. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track. The great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Jokic the screen. There goes Murray. And he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
Boy, on nights like this, it seems like Murray is playing that defense like a song. He can make it a long night for the opponent.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Outside Neesmith. Back to Nembhard. Outside Mathurin. Outside Neesmith. Nembhard outside. Pass to Siakam. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got 5 rebounds in the game. Indiana with a rebound. High post Siakam. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Indiana making a switch here. Huff's checked in. Now here's Toppin. He's got 9. Pass to Mathurin. 3-pointer. Hits the trifecta. Mathurin's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
And it's important Mathurin keeps hitting these shots because it'll only help build his confidence.
Right side Hardaway. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Nembhard. He's got 7. Outside Mathurin. Pass to Neesmith. Nembhard for 3. Hardaway grabs the board.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Back to Valanciunas. From deep, Johnson. Mathurin with a rebound. Pacers trail by 5. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Here's Pickett. Valanciunas with a screen on Nembhard. There's the drive. Valanciunas, good. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
The third quarter comes to a close. The Nuggets on top. They lead by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Pascal Siakam out there with Walker. Then it's Shepard, then it's Monte Morris, and it's Huff in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Siakam for 3, rebounded by Pickett.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Brown. And so David Adelman calls for the timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what the Nuggets coach was going over with his team, and he encouraged them to stay focused and not get complacent, saying we've worked too hard to get this lead and we're not going to give it up now. Stay connected, play smart, let's get this win. Guys, back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And so David Adelman calls for the timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point.
Your Indiana Pacemates. Thanks, team. They're amazing. Thanks, everybody.
Now Jokic. Clock at 6. Huff pulls it in. Pacers trail by 5. Morris deciding where to go with it. Siakam outside to the middle. Pass to Shepard. Shoots from the elbow. Yes, on the jumper.
So wide open there. He said, why not? That's like a warm-up shot for him.
Murray passes to Jokic. Indiana with a rebound. Morris outside from 17. Stolen by Jokic. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Jarris Walker.
A night in and night out, Jokic is taking and relishing the contact.
And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant, a one-of-a-kind.
Oh, one of a kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time will tell.
Nembhard with it, checked by Gordon. Siakam, pass to Nesmith, back to Siakam. Ooh, a matching slam! Back and forth they go!
Boy, I really like the focus and force there from Siakam to fight through the contact, give himself a chance to tack on a free throw.
Denver leading by 4. Screen by Watson. Joker coming through, flushes it down with both hands.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And they double up Jokic. Gordon, he's off from 3.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Now Siakam.
That was a case of Pascal Siakam forcing the action and being able to draw the foul.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. That's good from Siakam.
Boy, you've really got to admire and appreciate the reliability of a guy like Siakam. You know, he understands his game inside and out, knows his strengths and weaknesses, and because of that, I think he's able to contribute to his team in multiple ways.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
So it's Denver now, after the basket by Indiana on the other end. Jokic, throw it down, Nikola.
And Joker doesn't get up too often, but when he slams it down, it feels like he's trying to bring the basket with him.
On the wing, Nembhard, defended by Gordon. On the wing, Nembhard. Ooh, the shot misses. And so it's Jokic who brings up the ball for Denver. 6-point game. Here's Murray. And here's Jokic. Jokic is doubled. Up top, Gordon. Nope.
He will not be happy with himself. Got a good look from mid-range there.
Mathurin with the ball. Checked by Gordon. Siakam fires. And the three misses. And here's Denver. Murray. Ooh, he leaves no question.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fella.
Here's Murray. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And they go to the intentional foul.
Third personal foul.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Jamal Murray.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Shoots a three. Jokic with a rebound. So it's Denver with the W. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. You know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, Nikola, coach has talked about the growth of your leadership. What spurred you to become more vocal?
I just want to help my teammates. I think if you say something, they're going to listen to me. I just want to make them better, so I'm just going to do that.
Well, they're relying on your voice, so keep it up.
All right, thanks, Allie. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jamal Murray.